Hello. Our mission is have deactivated the Trandoshans force. That's not what we need to do. Salman's revenge. It's a set of questions, second of 3 residential level. That's not what we need to do. I guess we don't have a quest for being in that fucking flashback. All right, that's interesting to know. Very cool, very cool. Not even like a side quest, something, right? Any mission. But anyway, I guess we don't have a mission for today, really. But other than that, the mission is to talk about a bit of a conflict that's going on, recently newly erupted, and a certain situation. So the situation is... Oh, hey, there's a guy. Is that... Well, right, our mission is done. Grab him and we can leave. He's probably gonna follow us like Demon and Kobayashi was.
Find the Jedi, rescue Ponda Hatiba. We don't have much time left. We have to hurry.
Alright, if you say so. I'm gonna hit a quick save, because I haven't hit quick save for a long while now. The situation is, a certain guy on YouTube has been absolutely hammering a certain e-thot that's just living off of simps and stealing intellectual property. So she decided to show up at his house and post that on her social media, doxing him. And that's just fucking awful. You are Pontachtiba? Yes, we know. We talked to him. You're the Sith we rescued. I don't want anything to do with you. Ah, how the tables have turned.
You idiot, we're here to rescue you.
Oh, Kobayashi, is that you? You've got to get me out of here. This place, it's too clean. It smells funny. I don't like it here. Get me out of it. Get me out!
That's what we're here for.
Yeah, like you said.
I'm gonna shut down the force cage.
Already? No, if we release him now, we will blow our cover. Our main priority is to reach the Jedi and he will only slow us down. Or worse.
Your priority maybe, but I look after my friends. We've got to release him now.
Listen, we haven't got much time. We can either stay here, dispute this, and then get destroyed along with this ship, or you can listen to me. Look at her, taking charge.
If we release him now, they will see us for what we truly are and attack us. Then all we have fought for will have been in vain.
You're right, you're right.
What? No! Don't go! Release me! Release me! Pontachtiba, we will release you in due time. For now, stay here and be quiet. If you alert the Republic to our motives here, I will leave you here. Repeating words. Kobayashi! Kobayashi, don't listen to her! She's crazy! Let me out! Let me out!
Sorry, Ponda, but she's right. Though, don't worry. We'll be back for you. So stay here, shut up, and hang tight.
Oh, great. Not just great. Cool, although it is, well, on the way to the bridge, there is 2 cells of a brig, apparently, I guess. Does this open? No. She's right, we can't release him right now, right as we leave the fucking bridge. Right as we leave the fucking bridge and go to get him. Do we activate that? No. We need to get to the Jedi and then come back all the way over here to release him and then run away, get to escape pods, I presume. Not even go to the brig first, because it would require rendering that area, and they just don't have the capacity to render the module, that part of the module, I guess. We're not going through here too either, and so we're just gonna, this is like the trade outpost on the Orion, and then there will be like a cross section here, and then a piece of thing, something around here, and then the quarters here. Can we just go back to the bridge? No, it's just locked. Alright. It's not that we click it and she says something about it, or Kobayashi's. Also, something that I wanted to mention, his nose is weird. It's bulbous and short. You're weird. And he's also blue, that's weird. But he's an alien, just like everyone is. It's awful that the e-thot Ho doxed the guy. I'm not gonna name names because they're bigger channels than me and they don't pay me to advertise for them. But since she is a big oh shit. Okay, alright. Since she is a big YouTuber, YouTube puts its weight behind her because she's earning them money. So now they've got a big issue on their hands. And if it was Twitch they would ban her for 3 days, and then everything would come back to quote normal unquote to the usual state of matters on Twitch. But this is YouTube, and they kinda sorta want to do things the other way, another way. So I don't know. I wouldn't expect much out of that. Like, they want to do what needs to be done, I don't think. They very much should, and everyone sees that. Soldier. No, nothing at all, okay. No, either. And he teleports too, right? Alright. I got flip turned upside down. This is Bastila's mother, still. Mother. Oh, okay, she teleports too as well, okay. Dude, we're killing the people on the ship without drawing a weapon. Cool. So, how the situation on YouTube is gonna resolve, I don't know. Will it resolve at all? I think it might just not. What about this guy?
This ship is so overstaffed, I can't tell who's meant to be here and who isn't.
Oh, don't worry about it. We just disappeared a few people. Overstaffed, right. Yeah, I don't know, man. They like I said, they put all their weight behind her because she's earning them money. What are they gonna do about it? And she's a woman too, so she's privileged by having a cunt. So we can't blame her for anything, right? Also, it's very usual for her with that tactic. She will copyright strike or report somebody else's video, and they will like counterclaim it for it to be checked, and she won't release the claim. So the only road to take it left is gonna be illegal, actually. So that's the way she obtains people's addresses and doxes them further. And again, it's not something new for her. That's her modus operandi. She does that. This is the newest case, and a high-profile one as well. But
We hit the Sith pretty hard during the operation in the Outer Rim, but lost a lot of good men in the process.
if you say so.
I hope we didn't lose too many men during the boarding of that smuggling vessel.
You lost quite a bunch.
If the Admiral finds out you're on duty without your uniform, you're going to be in a lot of trouble, my friend.
What? Why is he's supposedly speaking to Shadow, but she's sort of a prisoner of Kobayashi's right now? Why are you assuming we're a part of the crew? Someone didn't think about that dialogue too hard, huh?
This ship is so overstaffed,
Yes.
I can't tell. If the Admiral finds out you're on duty...
Right. So it's high-profile case, and it's not new. There's something else I wanted to say. This console is not operable. Again, we can't blow up conduits to kill them. These protocol droids are also inoperable. Oh yeah, also important. She's rich, of course, because she's a woman. So Sims gave her all the money. And simpletons and cretins just go to watch her face move, rather than, you know, listen to what she actually has to say, and whatever she has to say is not very important or interesting or entertaining, really. So yeah, there we go. It's already It's already falling apart as well. Look, and there's the black void as well, and the third cell that has done nothing with it. Like the original one from the prologue of the game obviously has nothing done to it, because that's the part of the thing. It's being attacked. It's in disrepair. There are fires. The road is blocked off. So it leads to nowhere, and it's just in shadows there because the lights are out, and there is no need for you to go there. You need to get to the escape pods through the bridge and around. But here, this Hammerhead cruiser is also in disrepair in this area of the ship. Oh, so she's rich. I don't know if her lawyers would pull her out of this if it would go to legal or to court, to legal proceedings. But even if she would get kicked off YouTube, banned, she'd go to Twitch and do the same, probably. Of course, the community can still pound her for it, like criticize her lack of content, really, and intellectual property theft. Oh, I haven't disabled that after all. Oh well. But if she get banned, she'll get banned on YouTube, it's not like she'll have to pay all the money she's got back to fucking something. She's not gonna get any less rich, unfortunately. Which is the biggest problem. She's already stolen all the money. Whatever repercussion that she's gonna face is not gonna take that money away from her. And that's unjust. Right. So that's one thing. The other thing is, of course, the reignited conflict on Middle East that we'll tackle after this. Hopefully.
Your Jedi should be beyond that door.
I know, she's expecting me, I think. We're frozen. I don't know if we've crashed.
In that case, let me fight alongside you. You'll need all the help you can get against a Jedi, and the odds will be better with the two of us.
He's kinda right. No, she's someone I must confront alone.
But without your command of the Force, you're practically defenseless. How do you hope to defeat her?
I feel I know her. Her presence seems familiar to me. I think she's someone from my past. You saw the visions! We saw the visions! How do we know and you not? We know what's up.
Then make it a hasty reunion. We haven't got long before the Orion completes its preparations and blows us both into space dust.
Fortunately, we've disappeared some people already, so the way back is not gonna be difficult.
And for what it's worth,
May the Force be with you?
may the Force be with you.
Fucking... There we go. But I mean, it's Star Wars. For all the fucking lines and fan service that could have been done, this isn't too bad. Also, he knows that she's somewhat of a Jedi. Force user, Force wheeler. How will she defeat her? Could be with dialogue. Could be with overloading the fucking conduit in her room. Like we hope for. What's our class now then? Still level 20, but we've got no force powers. Anyway. And how will she defeat her? I mentioned in the description of the previous video that we just might regain control of our force powers as we meet her, because something or another, force, emotions, something like that, the time of need. What I'm trying to say is, it's gonna be with the whole motivation of Solomon being back in Shadow's life, rethinking her life decisions. It might be as weak as in Ahsoka when she fell off the cliff and really struggled whether she wants to live or not anymore. And it's with our Shadow here is gonna be like with what's her name? The super cool Mandalorian girl who's an artist and a Mandalorian, has got her jetpack and a darksaber, and she also might just end up being a Jedi. Sabine, there it is. Sabine, who was taken up as a Jedi apprentice, only she pretty much has no force. But then she kinda had some force to win. Yeah. Because we really needed her to win, because she's a hero, and we needed to win. Fuck writing.
I have waited a long time for this day. A long time. I've waited for you. You who chose to betray the light and then give yourself to the darkness.
We did the right thing.
I have waited for you, the root of all my sorrow.
Talana, so it was you who led the Formidable to me. It was you who was helping the Republic's forces during the assault on the Orion. What are you doing here?
I was one of the Jedi Knights tasked with destroying the Dark Lord Revan.
No, you weren't.
Yet once I was amongst the Sith, I chose to depart from the strike team and devote my time to a new objective, searching for you.
So you've
But
disobeyed
somehow you
a
managed to
direct
evade me,
order?
and I failed. When I narrowly escaped from Revan's ship before it exploded, I was cast adrift into space. Eventually I was found by the Formidable, and have since scoured nearby sectors for your presence.
And it seems you have found me, at last. Why did you invade my mind, prison, and poison it with torments? What do you want from me? This is revenge, vengeance, this is Darkseid. And also, how did you take command over all this?
Torments! You know nothing of what you speak. You only know how to inflict torment, not suffer from it. You are a betrayer.
Look at her
You are
tits.
a murderer. You are a Sith.
They say passion is not the way of the Jedi. They say passion leads to the dark side.
Do not preach to me of the Jedi ways. You are no longer worthy to speak of them.
And you're not worthy of following them either. Talana, we have been friends since Solomon brought me into the Jedi Order as a child. We learned together, we trained together, we grew up together. We ride together, we die together, nigga.
You speak the truth, but that friend died many years ago. When she chose to forsake all that she was and embrace war. When she chose to murder the man who rescued, raised, and trained her. That man was Darius Solomon, my uncle.
Oh, it's an uncle. You don't know what happened on Taris. You don't know anything. Yeah, they don't know.
I know Solomon was one of the greatest Echani ever to be born. I know Solomon possessed a skill in combat that could not be matched, that could not be overcome.
And yet we've defeated
I know
him?
he was a legend. I know he was my uncle, and I know that you killed him.
How do you know that? Regardless of what you believe, killing me won't bring him back. I moved on from Solomon and embraced a new calling. Why, when he died, did you not follow?
And join the dark side, the Sith. I have seen what one must sacrifice to embrace that calling, and it sickens me. No.
I mean, it's fine if she stayed a Jedi, that's fine. She doesn't need to look for a new calling.
Sith. I will destroy you.
He showed her a path. I may not be able to feel the Force, but it doesn't mean I cannot still fight.
You murdered my uncle.
You're
your
in great
mentor,
disadvantage.
Darius Solomon. The Sith must be destroyed and justice must be served. Death must be met with death.
Eye for an eye is not a way of a Jedi. Alright, oh, and she's about to cast some force powers on us. We have no weapons, that's interesting, still. I'm curious how we're gonna deal with this. Right, so she says, oh, we could... Interesting. I wanna save here, I'm gonna hard save and we're gonna explore options, because that seems interesting, but I'm about to be very disappointed. Not even grenades. Alright, first off she also said, you're not worthy speaking about the Jedi or something like that. In a sense that Shadow pointed out her hypocrisy. Everyone can do that. It's your beliefs that you should be sticking to. If you're not doing that, then we're free to point it out. You should be pointing that out to yourself and not be a hypocrite. We're following a different path. We're holding you accountable to what you believe. We hold ourselves accountable to what we believe as well. I would hope. I do, to myself, I think. So that's valid. Second, yeah, vengeance. You can't do that. Third, talking. How do you know that we've killed Solomon? You say murdered, but how? In his sleep? But he was there in the battle, and probably the radio reports would corroborate that oh, Jedi Master Solomon is leading out forces, something like that, meaning he wasn't murdered in his sleep because it's the middle of the battle. Again, he's the more powerful Jedi. How did we manage to murder him? Didn't he sense all that with the danger and us being force sensitive and him being force sensitive and alert to danger and also a Charlie battle master and shit? Unexplained, unexplainable. Let's not discuss that, or else it will end up being contradictory. Yeah, how did she manage to convince the Republic to let her essentially go where she wants to in the ship? Supposedly Jedi have some authority, but I don't know if, again, chain of command. They've got authority, but that would have to be organized with some Republic instead of just, oh, she's saved now. Well, we've rescued her, so it's fine for her to now rule over us because she outranks us with magic. You aren't Sith. You don't get to do that. That's not how Republic Empire works, like, because it's Republic. First off, right, so we've got a bunch of containers, 3 actually, backpack, metal box, and weapons container. Weapons container, I see. So we can probably find some weapons there and get hit. Probably meds too and armor. And that's the first thing we should do, or just get ourselves murked by her. And that might be one of the options that I would explore, but I'm gonna go here then for the weapons, and hopefully she'll follow so I can go around and get whatever is in the backpack with getting the least damage. So let's execute our plan. Let's execute Order 66. Alright, we've got meds. I'm talking about this conflict. Oh yeah, she's chasing after me. Oh, she's also losing pathfinding. Ah, that's a lot of things. If I really need some of them. So these aren't made to be that good. Oh well, but it's +2. So we can just compare raw data here. 1125. That's less. That's very little altogether. A shiny double brand will be the best anyway. So there we go. That's our weapon. I don't know why would I choose anything else, considering especially since we've got the 2 weapons fighting very well developed. So the conflict in the Middle East, newly reignited. Hamas, as I understand it, Hamas struck Gaza, and the Jews in there, Israelis, right? And this is a conflict going far back, right? First off, like the natives in that area started feeling like they're local, they've got this camaraderie here, they feel like they're Palestinians, so they should have a Palestine. Also, Jews around the world decided Jewism is not just a religion, it's also a nationality. So they deserve a land too. They want to go back to Israel, where they crucified Jesus, where God made them the chosen people. So those are Zionists. And the lands for Palestine and Israel were under British and French control. So British were like, alright, we'll give a little bit of land to Palestine, a little bit of land here to Israel, you can live here. And now, this is Europeans involved in their Middle East, in their Arabia. So Arabs, the Muslims, think this is colonial involvement in our land, we don't like that. So they attacked the Jews. The Jews won. They defended themselves. They've like kept their land. But then the Jews launched a counterattack and started winning. And after all those wins, they started kind of oppressing the Palestinians that already lived there, where they lived before their lands got lost. Oh, I already lost that. Why am I losing the entire fucking order of actions? I'm gonna cheat, of course. I could also use hyper battle steam. What does that do? Attack, damage, duration. We should start with shield. And I can do only one thing like that. Stamina, electric strength. Is it all or nothing? Is it like the hyper one doing all the things? No, I can buff myself with all the drugs. Right, so let's buff ourselves with this. Alright. And let's go attacking first, I guess. Ah, we're already out of the shield. So let's use our shield. There it is. And queue up more drugs. Hyperadrenal alacrity. We're only a little bit disadvantaged here. What are you doing there? Right, I lost a whole lineup again. I'll go with stamina now. Stamina and queue up strength. Right, we've got buffs, huh? How does our character sheet look like? 21, 26, 16. That's quite a few. And we can flurry now. Oh, we're out of shields already, and we've lost the whole queue again. But since it's a new round, we can just action up. So Hamas is the Muslim? Yeah, Muslim. I just got hit with plague, probably. Yeah. Fortunately, we were well buffed. The Muslim organization, terrorist organization that fights against Israel. And you know, technically, like, European colonialism getting involved in their Middle Eastern affairs. And then someone attacking, and then them defending themselves, and then launching a counterattack. I really can't speak to who's right in the conflict. But what I can tell you is that the war is wrong. And not for some moral reasons where people will die during the conflict. No, of course the issue is that this war, this conflict, will result in a new wave. Oh, we've already run out of charges for the shield, interesting. This conflict will generate new waves of refugees that will flood all the neighboring areas. And that will put strain on our local governments and resources, which is shit. We don't want... No one wants the immigrants, no one wants the refugees. So the best way of getting... to get the refugees... well, to get rid of refugees is to get rid of the fucking war. Stop war. And you know, that's my stance really, because I don't really have to worry about who's right and wrong. We can treat the symptoms rather than the underlying causes. Like, you know, again, it's fine. Either side just win and quick, as long as war is over. I'm getting fucking kicked in the ass. Fortunately, we've got a lot of fucking stuff to work with. And the adrenals are still working, but I'm pretty fucking dumped here. I think it's even influencing our... Right, we're almost done, so that's fine. We're gonna win anyway. Again, the game isn't too difficult. It looks like it's green, like we're poisoned, but that's not how poisons work in KotOR. And there we go, we've won. We're gonna have a long cutscene now, I guess. I'm afraid.
The force flows within you, yet you do not call upon it. What trickery is this?
No, it doesn't. You must be mistaken. I haven't felt the force since Revan died. She's a warlock.
No, you are wrong. I can feel its power flowing within you. In a way, you still remind me of him.
Remind you of who? Solomon?
Solomon. He was strong in the force, and so was his protege.
Which wasn't you. Talana, the instant Revan fell, I suffered a terrible pain through the force. Since then I have felt nothing, not even the force itself. What has happened to me? Why would she tell you now? Well, because she's defeated.
One cannot exist without the other. When you chose Revan, the friend I grew up with was sacrificed. She ceased to exist.
During the Mandalorian Wars, I became a different person, yes, but what does that have to do with my inability to feel the Force?
Yet the gaping hole left by this sacrifice of identity was never replaced with a new one. Instead, I think you became something else. Something that cannot exist without Revan.
Are you suggesting that Revan's death is actually responsible for my sudden inability to feel the Force? But he's not dead.
Only my uncle could answer that truthfully. Solomon knew you better than you knew yourself.
But neither of that is true. Solomon is dead.
Which is why, in some ways, I feel sorry for you. You can never return to the individual you were.
That's kind of not true.
Both Solomon and Revan are gone. That identity is lost forever.
So who are we supposed to be? Talana, I can see how much pain you are in. You once trusted me, you once called me friend. Let me help you. Let me ease your suffering as the end comes. Mercy killing.
It does not matter. I have no regrets. When I leave this place, I will join with the Force as an individual, with an identity to call my own.
Yeah, so that's a lore dump.
And maybe, just maybe, I will find my uncle there.
But isn't that like a Buddhist ideal that you give up your identity and individuality to join Nirvana and become that ghost, that one with the Force? And therefore the Force anyway allows you to keep it if... So many questions without answers. Revan, I need you. What happened to me? What did I become? Right, so first off, they're trying to reinforce the whole idea that she sacrificed an identity. The Arcanian was right. I need to go back to the Orion's medbay. Why exactly? Because you've got a headache? Where the Jew fall? How do you know to come back? Have you got... Were you eavesdropping?